Hi guys, so I want to do this little video on tips and advice on back to school and how to get organized a little bit better. I've been doing this ever since my daughter started pre-K. She will be in the 2nd grade this August, which is like next week. She'll be a 2nd grader. There's a few things that I kind of want to address. First, we'll talk about how to get organized through a command center. I personally don't have a command center, but I do have a whiteboard, a magic erase, or not a magic erase, an eraser board. I will show you guys later because it's in my kitchen in the refrigerator. But I do have calendars. I always have 2. I don't know why. I have 3 if you count the one with the magic erasers or whatever. But I like to carry a little planner because I just doodle on it. Well, not doodle on it, but I erase the days. Like tomorrow is Tuesday, so I'll mark off the 30th tomorrow, and I just write down what happens. I like to take this one to doctor's appointments for me, my husband, my dad, my daughter, so that way I could remember. And then I have this planner right here. I do the same thing. I pretty much write down everything. Like if I go to the doctor's or my daughter, I write it here, and then when I get home, I write it down here. And as you guys can see, I have a lot of stuff written on it because, yeah. And this is for August. Not a lot for August, but I have found it easier for myself and for my daughter for back to school to always have a calendar, and or a little, when I first started, when she started pre-K, I used to have this big old anchor board for her saying 7 o'clock, wake up, brush teeth, stuff like that, and it didn't work out so great. But I found other ways to do it, so whatever works for you is perfect, but I'm just giving you guys all tips. But like I said, I use this to get organized, and then I take what I have in here every week. So I how do I put it? So every Saturday I make my new list, or my new schedule for the next week, upcoming week coming, the one on my refrigerator, and I will show you guys. So I take everything from here and I transfer it over there. I will show you guys that in a little bit. But like I said, I found having calendars works so good. Another thing, I like to have folders or a binder for my daughter. I've been doing this since she was in pre-K. As you could tell, I had to erase the year because this was back in 2006 or 2016, sorry. In 2016 when she started pre-K, so I just reused this because it was still good. See, it even says 2016, 2017. So this one, she was in pre-K, I believe. And she had another one for last year, where she was in first, and for kindergarten. But this just has, I like to print out things like this. It says my first day of 2nd grade, and it just has her name, her age, her school, what's her favorite food, what she likes to do, what she wants to be when she grows up. And then I have just her school calendar, official calendar, when they're gonna be off for school, when is Labor Day, when they're gonna have school on Fridays, because my district, like I've said before, doesn't have school on Fridays. Her school bus schedule. I usually have her bus schedule because sometimes she does ride the bus, but I didn't put it in here. And then what I tend to do with the binder is when the first day of school, when she brings me papers that I have to sign, I return them. And then there's some papers, okay, there's a lot of papers that belong to the parents, so I like to put them in here. The rules of the school, the rules of her class, schedules for her class, and then this was from last year, her bell schedule, and then she has a list of her teachers that I've marked off who she's had. I like to put her report cards. I have a 3-ring what is it called, 3-ring punch holder, whatever you punch it and you make holes on the papers if they don't have holes. I like to put her report cards in here, her work that she's done, and then in December, when the first semester is over, I like to take it all out, get rid of what I don't need, and her report cards and the stuff that papers that I want, I like to put in a separate. I have a big clear excuse me, a big clear thing that I put her stuff in. The same thing goes with January through May. I do the exact same thing, and then those are like memorabilia, I guess, for my daughter when she gets older that I like to do. I've been doing this since she was in pre-K. This is all started when she was in pre-K. But yeah, I like to keep like important papers and her schoolwork and report cards in here. It's helped me so much, and if like something should happen, like let's say somebody, or I forget if they have school, I just go back and I look at her and I just go, okay, they don't have school today, you know, things like that. And then another way you guys can get organized, I'm going to move my camera really quickly. I'm going to move it over here to one of her closets. She has 2 closets, lucky her, right? And so this is her closet. So every morning she wakes up, she has this alarm clock. She has 2 alarm clocks actually. She has this one, it's battery operated. I'm going to move it up a little. And then she has another one that is electrical or whatever it's called. And she uses that one to, when she wakes up in the middle of the night and she just sees what time because it glows in the dark. This one doesn't. But when she wakes up at 6, she turns off her alarm clock. She already knows what to do. I've tried where I used my alarm clock on my phone and I would try to wake her up, and that didn't work. So we put an alarm clock in her room since she was like in preschool too. And I noticed, I'm right about breath. So I noticed that actually helps more when she has her own alarm clock and it wakes her up instead of me waking her up. So what she does, she gets up at 6, she goes to my room, tells me good morning, hugs me. Then she comes back to her room, into her closet. Okay, I'm gonna have to move you guys if this thing moves. And she has this, I don't know what it's called, a closet organization thing, or clothes. I don't know what you call this thing, but we've had it for almost 4 years. Like, once again, since she started pre-K. I'm gonna move over here on this side really quick. Excuse me. I don't know if y'all could see it that great, but she already has her clothes for next week when school already starts. What I like to do is, because she has PEs for 2 of the days, and the other 2 days she wears something cute, so I let her pick out 2 outfits. Like, let's say she has PE Tuesday and Thursday. She gets to pick what outfit she wants to wear for that day, and then she like puts it in there, and she comes in that night or that morning and takes it out, gets dressed. I just found that helps so much on her and for me also. I do this either Friday or Saturday. I just like to be ahead of my game, I guess you could say. But she knows what to do. And then when she gets dressed, she eats breakfast. She goes and brushes her teeth, and then I brush her hair, and you know, that's done. And so there's that too. Another thing, oh, I hate moving this thing because it's so big right now, so excuse me. Let me sit on her bed really quickly. Another thing, that's all her school supplies, plus the backpack. Another thing that I like to do is, every day after school, I love to check her backpack to see if she has homework, letters from teachers, or anything important thing for me. Take out what I need, and then I do her I don't do her homework. She does her homework. I help her with her homework. What she does, when she's done, she like puts it in her backpack, and she knows to hang it in, well, I usually hang it, but where she hangs it right at the moment, the couch is right there, so she has to just start sitting on the couch. And every morning she knows where it's at. She doesn't have to be all scrambling, where's my backpack? And I like to get her stuff prepared, or I tell her, now that she's older, I'm like, you know, put this in there, you're gonna need this, and she already does it, and so she already has it all ready for the morning. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, make sure to have your kids on sleeping schedules, because if you don't, they're gonna be wild banshees, let me tell you. My daughter was like that when she started pre-K. She didn't want to go to sleep at a certain time, but now she knows to come home. She's gonna eat dinner while she does her homework, sometimes watch a little bit of TV, or play a little, like, on her tablet or whatever, and then she knows to take a shower, And let's see. And then she reads a book before she goes to bed. And then, like, after that, she brushes her teeth. And then she goes to bed. I try to put her to bed by 8:30. Well, 8 to 8:30. She's very good about getting up in the morning. She's very good about going to sleep at night now. So I don't have to worry about that. Even if she goes to bed late, she still gets up in the morning, which is crazy because I can't do that. But make sure your kids have a schedule, a sleeping schedule, because it will get tougher when they get older. What else can I tell you guys? What else is my tips? I don't know if I have any more tips. Make sure to always check your kids' backpack. I know I already said that already, but just make sure, because there's so many parents that don't check their kids' backpack and they miss important notes or something, and then they're like, oh, I didn't know that you had this. And then it's like, well, maybe, because sometimes I know kids, especially like my kids' age, it's hard to remember that you have important notes for, like, from the teacher or something, from the school. So as a parent, it's your responsibility too, you know. And so now that I've showed you guys my tips and my advice, I am going to show you my little whiteboard thing that me and Bella use. Not just me, because she goes up there and she likes to see what's on there. This week we don't really have nothing on there, but you guys will see it right now. So this is kind of like our command center. It's called a whiteboard, right, babe? And I have a marker up here. I have down the days and what goes on in the days of the week. She hangs all her, like, school projects or whatever she wants to hang here. She just hangs. There's a picture of me and my husband and her when we went to Tombstone last year. So yeah, I guess this is what you call a command center. Plus our table, our kitchen table is a command center. I won't show you that right now because it's kind of a mess. But yeah, so if you guys liked what you guys saw, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you guys have a command center, or if you guys do any of these tips too. How do you guys keep organized for when kids go back to school? I would like to know some of your guys' tips too. And thank you for watching. See you on the next video. Bye.